Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
How are you today? Let's start there.
I'm here. I feel like I am good, all things considered. You know, a lot has been happening in my life. Good headspace, but there's a lot of moving pieces in my life right now. Lots and lots and lots of moving pieces, like not exaggerating. Like,
Yeah.
3 kids, 3 different schools, 3 different buses, lunches, breakfast, all, you know, it's just bing, bang, boom, lots of schedules, just staying on top of things.
I feel that.
Yeah. Including this, right? Like including just what episodes we're prepping for, what is involved. Like today we have some props for our episode. You know, we had some additional things we had to gather.
I know you were running late, and I was like, "Yes, I can go to the grocery store."
Yeah, yeah.
So I ran to the store real quick and got.
Well, I was running late because we were going to feed you guys. Well, feed ourselves too. I was like, Krystyn, do we have apples? Krystyn, are we powering through or are we eating?
I was also in the middle of editing a photo shoot, and I still have 600 more images to edit. So you were texting me, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So I think that's like the vibe.
We're talking about fucking apples. No, we're not. Nope. Scratch that. We're talking about apples.
Did you just repeat the same thing?
Just apples without the fucking, because we're not.
Oh, we're not fucking apples. You know, I did just edit a podcast episode where you talked about sticking a potato in your vagina. So why not just go right into apples? I was like, I didn't catch that. I was like, you just said the same thing twice. Oh, you dropped the fucking. Okay.
I dropped the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apple alchemy.
Alchemy.
Apples.
Apples and magic.
Not the history of apples, because we're not going to be Johnny Appleseed. Who remembers that song?
I don't think that has anything to do with the history of apples,
It
though.
doesn't, but it immediately made me think of his last name. Appleseed. I definitely think there's a song.
Did you make up the song?
No, I'm pretty sure there's a song.
Kira, can you confirm or deny any of this, please? We need confirmation on this whole Johnny Appleseed identity and issue.
Johnny Appleseed. We're not talking about him at all, actually.
We're talking about the magic of apples and how amazing they are.
So our props today that Kira is so lovingly holding on her lap
are apples.
Can you guess it? What do you think is on the plate? Apples.
Apples. We are now going to entitle this episode Rotten to the Core. Descendants.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I gave you that eyeball. Like, really, girl? Really? You know what song I was going to go with?
What?
Apple bottom jeans.
Oh my God.
Boots with the fur. Everyone's looking at her.
I refuse to participate.
The apples of the day. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. How many phrases can we come up with that involve apples?
All right. So what are your favorite apple recipes? Let's start there.
Ooh, recipes?
Mm-hmm.
Apple pie.
My mother-in-law makes a mean apple pie.
Yeah. So Jeff is the apple pie guy.
What does that mean?
He's the guy that makes the apple pies.
Oh, he makes them?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the apple pie guy. He loves to make apples and he loves to make apples. Loves to plant that seed.
You should see him stand out in the yard for months making apples.
He just talks to his tree.
He's very grounded.
So we do not use that filler that a lot of people use when making apple pies.
Like apple pie filling?
Yes, we don't use that at all. We just make crust, either from scratch or store-bought. Lots of apples, lots of Granny Smith, like the harder apples, and peel them. We have a peeler that is a fun little tool to use.
Oh, yeah, and it like cores it at the same time.
And just load that baby up. Lots and lots of apples. Cinnamon and sugar, you can toss in cinnamon and sugar, but that's it.
Right.
Cover it, boom, done.
Yeah. I like a good apple crumble too.
Oh, apple crumbles are great. Yeah, same, or like
same
a
concept, but with like a brown sugar butter topping.
What was it? I made a galette, a peach galette a couple weeks ago. That was fantastic. Same. You could do that with apples as well. I don't really like pies with all that gooey filling.
Right.
I don't know.
I like my cherry pie to stick together though.
I don't like cherries. Cherries, grape jelly, maple syrup. There you go.
You don't like maple syrup?
I can stand. So growing
Shut
up,
up.
no, growing up,
It's maple syrup, right?
I hate the scent of maple syrup. I hate soap. I hate anything.
You hate soap just in general?
No, like maple.
I hate soap.
Like hair soap. I'm trying to think of things that like are always flavored.
Statement.
No, not soap. I love soap. But my soap can't have anything on it. I'm a sensitive gal. It can't have any fragrance.
Definitely not maple syrup.
No.
Okay, here's a fun fact, and this does have to do with apples. So I'm not allergic to apples, but I do have this weird thing called oral allergy syndrome, and I am allergic to the tree pollen. So pitted fruits. So we'll see what happens. It makes my gums throb. Apples, peaches.
Are you fucking nuts after everything? You are not going to remotely try around.
It's just hear me out.
Let's just take this podcast episode to the next level. See if I go into anaphylactic
I'm
shock.
not allergic to the apples. It's the tree pollens. So it just makes my mouth itchy. And I can't touch my eye. I did that once with a peach. I was like, I'm doing it. It was like peach season. I'm like, I'm going to have this peach. It's going to be amazing. And I ate the peach and my mouth was itchy. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then before I washed my hands, I rubbed my eye and my whole eye had the hives around it and got super swollen.
Sounds like a good time, guys.
You guys want to have some fun
Way
today?
to grab some content here shortly. Okie dokie.
One thing that I do really love to use apples for is meatloaf with ground turkey. I make a turkey apple meatloaf.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
Right. So I put sage in it and cinnamon and thyme, and it's just like a new twist on
that would be delicious
on meatloaf. So
it's like the savory and the sweet combination.
I love that. Like savory and sweet together is my jam.
It is.
As well as sweet and heat.
Yes. Yeah. I'm down with that. Well, and this kind of touches on kitchen witchery too.
It does.
Centering around the apples. Because another dish that I really like apples in are salads.
Right.
You know, when you combine the leafy greens and the veggies and then you throw in a little bit of tart. Now,
right.
Not all apples are made the same.
They are not.
There's a lot of variety out there.
What's your favorite apple?
I'm a hard apple kind of girl. It's just the way I like it.
She likes her apples hard.
I like Granny Smith a lot. I also like Pink Ladies.
Trying real hard to keep it together. Go on.
I mean, we don't have to.
She likes them hard and pink, guys.
Hard and pink. Just like
what? Where are you going to go with that?
I don't know. My rhubarb.
Rhubarb. She likes her apples like she likes her rhubarb.
Hard and pink.
And don't eat part of it because it's poisonous. Also true with apples. Did you know that
arsenic?
Cyanide. There's a small amount of cyanide in the apple pips.
Yes.
Which I want to talk about actually because apples are like super magical. They're used in witchcraft. They're used in kitchen witchery. They date back forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when we think about the fact that there's this shadow side to the sweetness, which is that there's a small amount of toxicity within them, that's the cyanide that exists in the pips, I think there's space for us to do magic with shadow work during this time. And I haven't done this personally, but I have been thinking a lot about it for this fall. I'm not going to ingest the pips, just so we're clear.
Who believes her? Not me.
No one believes me.
I was going to say that Elliot and Graham love to eat the whole apple. Cyanide and all. So, I mean, that just...
Oh, God damn it.
No.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
I thought we did.
No.
Well, it's because I listened to the episode on the way up here and we did it like right at the very beginning.
So you just assumed we did it already?
In my brain, it's already happened. You always say it.
Should we welcome everyone to the podcast?
That was your invitation to let me say it.
Okay, you say it then.
Should we welcome everyone to the podcast?
Yes, I think we shall, Rachel. Welcome to Two Mystic Mamas.
Ready to show us your apples?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And just like that, we have a whole tray of beautiful cut apples.
Also, my apples are on my very favorite charcuterie board, which when we get to the bottom looks like a Ouija board.
Did you just buy it?
No, I've had this for years.
Well, we all know how I feel about Ouija boards.
Love them. So we did bring 4 kinds of apples. What apples did you bring, Rach?
I brought Gala and Red Delicious.
Is this the Red Delicious?
That is the Red Delicious.
And
that
Gala.
is the Gala.
Gala make you holla.
Gala make you holla. Jesus, your apple is way better than mine. The bottoms are really interestingly different too.
I've never inspected an apple butt before, but they are quite different. I brought with me Honeycrisp and Granny Smith. These are two of my favorites.
Yeah, Granny Smith is the bomb.
But I cut the Granny Smith in twine so that you could see.
It almost sounded like you said with twine. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. You'll have to show us this magic trick. How did you do that? I took the twine and just squeezed.
Okay. So I cut this in half so that you can see the 5-point star.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I do want to talk about this because this is used a lot in witchcraft. And this gets a bad rap because it is known as a pentagram.
Which the pentagram gets a bad rap.
Or a pentacle. So when you take the pentagram, which is the 5-point star, and you enclose it in a circle, it becomes a pentacle, which is used a lot in Wicca. And the 5 points, the top point is for spirit, and each point is for the elements.
Correct.
So you have earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And in Taoism, it's actually earth, air, fire, water, and metal, which I find really interesting. Yeah. But they also, in Taoism, use apples as a sign of like peace and well-being and safety.
The way of cutting the apple in this direction is used as a reminder of wholeness, balance, and the hidden magic within everyday life, but within everybody. So there's a lot of symbolism within it. Naturally, apples don't normally get cut like this because most people don't want to eat the seeds or the fibrous part of the apple, which is in the middle.
Right. If you are using them for any sort of spell work, kitchen witchery, you can cut them in this way to reveal the star, and you can either put them on your altar as an offering, or you can put them in a simmer pot. Just fill a pot up with apples, cinnamon sticks, cloves, oranges, literally anything that's aromatic, bay leaves.
Yep.
I'll throw some jasmine in there.
And you're in the season now where that is really nice to get back into a practice.
Right.
And so if we touch on each of the 5, and a pentagram or pentacle is one of the oldest known symbols that exist in history. So the earth represents the body, stability, grounding, water, emotions, intuition, flow. These are all topics we've talked about in the past, so this should be somewhat a review, if you will. Fire, passion, transformation, willpower, air, thoughts, communication, wisdom, and then spirit is the divine, the unseen thread weaving everything together, which is just a beautiful symbolic representation. And it reminds me a little bit of when we did the water magic episode where we speak intentions into our water and we think about how water moves in the different bodies. Apples are similar in the sense that apples are different. Their textures are different. The sweetness is different. The tartness is different. But the inside also can be different because typically there's 5, but you can cut into an apple and there can be a different amount of seeds. And so that's an interesting thing to think about too, if you're doing any sort of ritual or divination activity and you cut into an apple and there's 3 or there's 6 or, there's symbolism behind that and meaning behind that too.
Well, you can certainly ask and put your intention into the apple before you cut it, especially if you're doing spell work to receive an answer. And a lot of time apples are used for love, sexuality, beauty, wisdom, even like tapping into spirit or your psychic abilities. And so for a long time, people would use them, especially for love spells. And one thing that you can do is you can take an apple peel. I've seen this done 2 ways. You can either put it in water or you can like throw it over your shoulder and it will turn into the initial of your love.
Yes.
Your true love.
Yes. And if you think about, what do kids give teachers on the first day of school? Traditionally, an apple, right? So it symbolizes wisdom. It symbolizes love, and love from a platonic, but also from a romantic standpoint too.
I believe it's also given in Chinese culture on Chinese New Year as a symbol. Give it to your loved ones and neighbors.
It's like good fortune.
Mm-hmm.
The Christians, the apple is the forbidden fruit.
What do you think about that? Like, what are your thoughts on the whole Adam and Eve story?
I think it speaks to human nature, as far as like the temptation of being told you cannot have something and what that does, what that creates within. Naturally, I think there's a lot of metaphors, and Adam and Eve are in the beginning. I always look at the Bible as a storybook, and I think there's so many incredible lessons that are applicable to human nature. And so I think it does translate into, if somebody says, you can't have this, whatever it is, symbolic, an apple, right? Like this, it's sweet, it's delicious. It's not like kale, I think the story there, or the metaphor there, or the lesson there is, how can you learn to live with a temptation that is there? Because most of the time, had they not taken it and disobeyed God, God probably would have at some point come down and said, you did such a good job. Here's this apple that you couldn't have. But that didn't happen, right? That's like the story that did not take place. Have you ever seen they do these exercises with little kids where they put like 2 pieces of candy or a marshmallow in front of them, and they're like, I have to go do something. I'll be back, but don't eat.
Right. I've seen them.
Don't eat this, because if you don't eat it, when I come back, you can have it. And what happens in their little brains is they start contemplating the scenarios. Some of the kids don't even fucking think, and they're like, you're gone. See you later. I'm going to eat this. Like, can't put candy in front of me, whatever. But then there's other kids that they like pick it up, they examine it, they smell it, they hold it, they put it back down. Other kids don't touch it at all. They're just like, And so I think that's kind of the same symbolism behind, for me.
Right. I think she was framed, but whatever. No, moving on. I want to go back to the temptation thing, actually, because this is relevant to a documentary that just came out about The Biggest Loser. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
But I was watching some videos on it. And the one girl was talking about, they would do temptations challenges where they would put junk food, sweet treats, whatever out. And if I remember correctly, I think it was that if they ate it, they got to see their family. And if they didn't, then obviously, you move on to whatever, continue your health journey. I could be wrong on some of those details, but the whole point of what this influencer was talking about was how detrimental that temptation challenge was to people's psyches. I see what you're saying with the whole temptation thing, but at the same time, it's like, it's still a story for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they were banished.
Right.
And then they had to survive, and they had to go into the real world, right? Like the Garden of Eden is this sacred space of utopia.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what we all strive for. So, yeah.
I feel like we could get into a whole nother episode.
Yeah. Well, the other interesting thing about when most apples ripen and come into season, right? We live in the western part of Pennsylvania. We're outside of Pittsburgh, is right around the fall equinox. It's right around that harvest time. And so there's a lot of symbolism behind that. You have all these fall festivals. Mm-hmm. Going apple picking is a real thing, Naturally, you can ferment apples and turn that into some good old
apple cider,
which is always a good time.
I love hard cider.
Yeah. Hard cider, or
regular cider.
Pure apple cider is fantastic too. So it's just a good overall season for me. It's when I was born too. So I'm always down with apples in general.
Down with OPP. Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you know me. Down with APPLE.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you know me.
Were you like bobbing for apples as a kid? I feel like that's one of those things that like doesn't happen anymore.
I bob. Something else,
Jesus.
But not for apples. I think I might
Jeffrey.
have done it maybe once or twice. Not that.
Not bobbing.
Not Jeff's bobbing. Bobbing for apples. I think that is a dumb game. So we're just talking about apparently you bobbing for some apples, Krystyn.
No, I believe you were bobbing for apples.
No, I just told you I don't bob for apples. Just penises.
Just penises. Bobbing for penises.
That would be a fun bachelorette game.
Wait, no, my favorite video. It's like the best marketing ever. It came out like 10 years ago.
The period one?
The period kit.
Yeah, we
did, but in that they're bobbing for ovaries.
Yes, Bob.
Oh, man.
Bless.
We can't get away from it.
No.
This is just who we are, guys.
Why should we?
I think the other thing that apples symbolize for me is the cycle of decay and renewal.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see it in how they grow, right? When Jeff's out there for months on end.
Just standing there growing his tree.
Growing his
waiting
apples.
For his apples.
I mean, it's quite the passage of time. But I think it's funny too how sometimes they don't always fruit. So I actually have a crabapple tree in the front, and we've lived here for 10 years, and only 1 year has that ever produced apples.
Yeah, and apple trees actually don't have a huge lifespan in the big scope of like trees. Like most fruit trees, you're looking at about, I think, 10 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they have to be replaced.
I have dreams of having lots of fruit trees around my garden.
You could make that dream a reality.
Maybe next year.
Are we going to eat any of these? I mean, we're just looking at them. I thought we were supposed to ASMR this shit.
You gave me shit about eating apples. Let's eat some apples, guys.
I didn't give you shit about eating just the one where you potentially might, blow up and make your face turn something.
Yep, I'm going to blow up and make my face turn something, guys.
What? This tray is... Oh, now I see the Ouija board. I thought you said when you flipped it over.
No, underneath all the apples. Which one are you going for?
This, I think, is the gala. Yeah. We'll eat it at the same time.
Oh, God. There's some for you guys, too.
Okay, gala it up. Mmm. That actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Granny Smith.
It's very sweet.
Yeah. All right, next. Let's do the Granny Smith.
I love a Granny Smith.
Ooh. Yeah. Get you right back in the kicker.
That's what you call your kicker?
What is this?
Right back here, guys. This is where the kicker is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about a red delicious? Yep.
Yep, she says. Yep.
Meh.
I like the first bite. I don't think I've ever tasted apples in a row like this to taste the difference.
Red Delicious is super mild.
It's a basic bitch of apples.
It's also my least favorite so far.
Least favorite, too. I think the gala so far might actually... I'm usually a Granny Smith, but this particular gala... Also, I'm excited for the Honeycrisp. I love the Honeycrisp.
All right. Hook it up, Shane.
Well, that last one got me a little itchy. The Red Delicious. You're right in the kicker.
Do you need some water? You don't have any.
Yeah, I'll fuck around, find out.
Fantastic.
You know I like to live on the edge, guys.
Honeycrisp, also nice.
Whole Foods during peak season in the fall has these giant Honeycrisp apples that might be the best apples I've ever had. Another friend turned me on to them.
Yeah, there's like a lot of water content in these, I feel like. They're also giant.
The ones at Whole Foods are like even bigger than that. And they're like organic.
Well, yeah. God forbid Whole Foods has something that's
they're also $10
genetically modified.
They're also $10 an apple, but
oh my God. I think I just like totally spit apple all over you. Sorry, Jason.
She just bobbed all over Jason Kelsey.
Don't come for me, Kelsey. I did not do any such thing.
Kylie Kelsey? You called her Kelsey.
Kelsey, don't come for me, Kylie Kelsey.
Don't come for me, Kylie Kelsey. I swear I didn't touch
Don't
your
come
husband.
for me, KK. I love you so much.
I just have like weird apple bits in my hands.
I mean,
all right. Well, it is my understanding that there's more allergen proteins in the peel as well. So I try to...
That would make sense. Yeah.
But the thing with oral allergy that's interesting is that when you heat it up,
it goes away.
Or cool it down.
Well, because it kills it.
It deactivates proteins,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So we've already talked about like the apple, how you cut it and you can reveal the hidden star inside. So that's kind of the apple as a portal, so to speak. This one is an apple offering to the ancestors. So this would be an interesting one to use if you're calling in wisdom and guidance from your team of light, specifically your ancestors, so those who have gone before. This one is linked a lot to Celtic lore. So you would place an apple on your altar or outside as an offering to the loved ones who have passed. Also, a good time to do this is around the equinox, so around September 21st, 22nd, give or take. Mm-hmm. And then you share an apple, you share that apple or another apple with whoever you're with in silence and just honoring those people who have come before. You can do this in your head as silence, just so you absorb the energy of nature and you're just listening and looking and feeling and all of that. So depending on what kind of mood you're in, depending on who you're trying to channel, you can have open conversations with them as well. As of late, my Nana has been coming to me. So that's one that you can do. Another one is what you already talked about, the apple scrying, basically. And This is more for if you are in a particular season of wanting to know the love that is coming your way, if it is coming your way. You can do the skin, where you peel the skin and then throw it over your shoulder or put it in water and see what initial forms, which I think is always fun. And then this is a communal ritual. So this is something that you would do for the collective. And this is an apple cider blessing. So brew some warm cider, stirring clockwise to invite blessings, prosperity, love, and health. And then you can pass the mug around a circle with each person that's there speaking what they're calling into their life. And this becomes a ritual of shared intention in community weaving.
I love that so much. This is one of those times of year that is so steeped in ritual and history, especially for witches. And as Rachael was talking about, fall equinox also is a Sabbath known as Mabon, which is then followed by Samhain or All Hallows Eve, Halloween, and it's the witches' New Year. And apples are huge parts of both of these festivals. I usually actually put an altar outside during the fall equinox and have invited friends and family in the past that they can come and put an offering on the altar. And you see a lot of apples and, vegetables, things from people's gardens. One of my favorite spells to do, though, is to actually hollow out an apple and stuff it full of herbs that are going to work with whatever intention you're trying to put out into the universe. If you have questions about that, we've done a lot about ritual uses and spell work and what herbs to use.
Well, that was a sign. Did you say apple? We just had a bird fly into the window. The other episode that they could is with Carla, because she naturally, the whole recipe had to do with basil and how basil is a great manifester for money and abundance.
Yeah. You stuff the apple full of the herbs and spices that work with your intention, and then you actually place a candle inside of the apple and burn it. When I'm doing ritual work, a couple of things that I do to prepare is, one, I take a bath or a shower to cleanse myself of any energy. I will cleanse the space with sage, Palo Santo, bells, anything like that.
Yeah. Lots of fun stuff coming up. Yeah. Easy peasy. Apple squeezy.
Apple squeezy. That's what Jeff likes to do.
That's right. Bobbing for apples. When you're done listening to this episode and you go and do some of the activities we've talked about.
Do some of the activities.
Do it. Do it. Let us know. Report back. Send us an email. Leave a comment on one of our many channels that we have this episode on. Spotify, Apple, YouTube,
TikTok, Instagram.
Yes. TikTok.
Guys, we'll talk to you
bye.
later.
Goodbye.